Welcome back, Smite fans, to our second set of the day. This one, a rematch, the 5-game LAN finals from last week. God, that was a mouthful to say. This one between Team Pandamonium, the winners of the finals, up against Tainted Minds, who took them to Game 5 when most people saw it being a very quick 3-0. These teams are slightly different to the last time that we've seen them, but we'll get to that as we head into the picks and bans. Joining me on the desk for this one is Daryl Parathas Jeb. So, Parathas, how are you going?
Going pretty well. Fairly excited to be seeing, as you said, the rematch from the last split finals. Tainted able to take away 2 games and could have potentially taken the entire finals if it weren't for those lucky cheetah snipes. So straight away, it picks and bans Pandemonium, or Tainted Minds, should I say, are banning away Nejar.
Najar gave him a lot of problem at the LAN finals. Ro isn't in the jungle anymore, however, he is in the solo lane.
Roster change.
But they're taking it away from Sporks, who's now in the jungle. So, you know, Sporks, while he's new to the jungle, he's learning from one of the best in Ro. Geb taken away here, one of Tomalamu's comfort picks, suits his playstyle very well as well. He's more of the peel kind of support rather than the aggressive initiator.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, it's got to be the Wheelish. Even though Roy isn't going to be playing in the jungle, as he's just mentioned, still very, very strong. You can't have a Pandemonium, a Wheelix on the board while you're versing Pandemonium. Guan Yu banned out for Pandemonium as well.
Because Sobek's still open as well, the Sobek Wheelie combo is just too strong. No matter who's playing on Pandemonium, Guan Yu taken away by the Pandas. During the regular split, last split, the Tainted Minds took a game off Pandemonium, and they did so with the heals coming out of Idavine's Guan Yu out of the solo lane. Idavine, though, playing in the jungle for this game while El Kiro is in the solo lane, the former Trident solo laner. Athena now picked up here for Tainted Minds.
I really like the Athena. It has so much global presence. You can teleport to anywhere on the map where your teammates are. You can help out any lane whatsoever. The taunt is so strong in those late game team fights and even early game. And it's just one of the highest tier supports. Speaking of another high tier support, Husey, Khepri and Thor locked in for Panda.
A little bit of numbers here for you, Parathas. Khepri, Thor, and Athena all had 90% plus pick and ban rates last split, so some very high value picks here early on. Sol and Vimana now picked up for the side of Tainted Minds. Vimana himself wasn't a high pick percentage last split, but El Kiro, it was one of his comfort picks. He played it as often as he could. Sol, another one of Slicey's comfort picks. So it looks like Tainted Minds just looking to get themselves on gods that they're comfortable with. Raijin here, picked up by Team Pandemonium. Raijin has now been picked or banned in every game this split. We've only had 3, but he's been in all of them.
He's just way too strong. It's surprised to see that he isn't really... I would have liked to see him banned. Still, the bans for Tainted are very strong, but Raijin... I mean, that old dude. Taunt, has fear... so much damage with the mark as well. It's one of the strongest mids moving into bans as well. Pandemonium banning Ao Kwong and Bologna on the side of Tainted. Bologna ban, interesting.
Yeah, so Sporks in the LAN finals played Bologna every game except for one. In the game he didn't play Bologna, he went 0-6. So even though Sporks isn't playing that now, looking to take it away from Ro, it's obviously something that gave him trouble, with Sol being in the mid lane as well, and the Vimana as well. Both very auto-attack heavy gods. Taking away that Bologna means that they can put out their damage more. Alquag and Nemesis taken away by Pandemonium, looking to take away from Idavine's god pool. You know, he's definitely the carrier of Tainted Minds no matter what role he's playing, so taking away from his god pool is always a positive thing here. Apollo now taken away by Tainted Minds.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how strong Apollo is. He has split push potential, probably the best split push potential. Able to take a tower, has that audacity, so he has that move, the attack speed, and he can rotate over to a fight as well. Very strong lane pressure as well with those auto attacks stacked with the throwing dagger. Neath locked in for Pandemonium. That's another strong hunter pick.
And it's one of Subfloor's just most comfortable guys. He played Neath, Chiron, and I think Ho Yi pretty much exclusively last split. In the LAN finals, he had a bit more variation, but Neath, a really good pick, good global presence to go along with the Thor. Just a strong lane pushing hunter. Ho Yi and Hunbart's now picked up for Tainted Minds. Immediately, this raises some concerns for me about their team comp. What's the Athena taunt going into? You've got the Sol 2 maybe, but considering if you guys are going to be team fighting, the Hunbart's is going to be there. Hunbart's really doesn't work that well with Sol and Ho Yi, I feel, because his ult is designed to spread people out, whereas their abilities, you want them all nice and close in. We're going to head into game now. Last pick there from Pandamonium was the Sun Wukong. That's going to be going towards Ro in the solo lane. So now we are heading into game here, folks. This one, game number 1 between Tainted Minds and Team Pandamonium. Last time we saw these teams, they went to 5 games in a best-of-5 set. It's only 2 games going to be played here tonight, but still, I expect some close matchups here.
Oh, of course. It went to the 5th game. There's no doubt in my mind that this could be... Tainted can still take it away, even though they've had a significant amount of roster changes. They have some role switch-ups, and I'm probably the person to look out for is iDivine in the jungle now. Consider him to be one of the strongest solo laners. To be seeing him in the jungle on the Humbats, how do you reckon he's going to go, Husey?
His god pool was always more assassin than warrior. I think it just suits him so much better. It's unfortunate that this is going to be his last set in the OPL, at least for the immediate future, as he's just not feeling it at the moment. But he is going to play it out with his team, which is nice. But yeah, his god pool was always more assassin than it was warrior. We've seen that when he played solo lane as well. He played Bastet to great effect there. I just don't like the Hun Bat pick to the rest of their team comp, as I mentioned earlier. Let's talk about Alkiro for a little bit as well. Solo laner for Trident last split, the bottom place team, but honestly, he wasn't bad on that team. He's always kind of been around middle of the pack solo laner, not bad, not the top either. He's going to have a very hard matchup here against Ro, who prior to him playing jungle was probably the top solo laner in OCE, and that's what enabled him to famously climb into Diamond in ranked while playing on NA servers.
Yeah, I mean, Alkiro is not going to have the best of times versing Ro, but playing Vimana, he's extremely safe in lane. If he gets pressured onto tower, obviously you can pop that big baby form, and he has that dash as well to clear the path to just escape from the Wukong. But he does need to be careful because Wukong does have pretty much the exact same. He can use that Somersault Cloud if he gets in trouble. He has the 72 transformations to escape, and even that Tiger Stun is going to be so brutal. And he has lane clear.
Alrighty, mid lane now, Sporks and Ochita here, both with power pots online, going to be doing a lot of damage at the start. Slicey's gone into the helmet start rather than a power pot, looking to avoid a lot of the damage coming up from Sporks. A really smart start, because we know that Thor is going to be looking for pressure early since he's got the power pot.
Yeah, of course. It's not a Thor game if you're not going to be building the power pot, and it just works so well on him. That early game aggression is Thor's key point. If he can get 5, gank any lane, has that red pot, he's going to be doing so much damage. They're going to have a lot of clear as well because Ochita's started with the purple pot, as you mentioned.
Ochita's going to be bursting down people very quickly with the Raiju, the Raiju mark, and that's a Raijin, just burst damage. Ochita, best mid laner in OCE. I don't think there's any contention about that, especially after those LAN finals and the All-Star match as well. In the All-Star match, for those of you that don't know, Ochita was the one member of Team Pandamonium. There's 2 All-Star teams. He was the only one that was not on a squad with the rest of his teammates, and he ended up winning, and he was a large part of that victory. So, you know, Ochita may be the carry of Team Pandemonium all along, the secret carry when everyone else thought it was Ro. Subfloor there taking some poke from Gruff.
No doubt, but still, I like Ochita. He's extremely strong. Have a look though. Have a look at Sporks. He could be looking to come over here onto the duo lane. Ochita is rotating around this Gold Fury area. Gruff needs to be extremely careful, and same as Tom Lomu, as they haven't even hit level 5 yet. He's going up. He's going up.
They need to back off here. They know that they're not in the mid lane. They should know this gank is incoming, but Gruff manages to purification some of the damage. Ochita going to pick up the kill with the taiko drums.
Yeah, easy kill. Now they're looking for Tomolomu, but he has the backup of his team. Divine is here to back him up in case they want to aggress any further. But first blood going to Team Pandamonium already, almost 3 minutes into this game.
As I said, Tainted Minds, as soon as Slicey and iDivine went back into the mid lane, they would have been calling Ochita and Sporks aren't here. The biggest one there, the biggest indicator would be that Ochita is not here. That, knowing Pandemonium and knowing how they play, that means the gank's coming in onto your duo lane. So you need to back off, get under your tower at that point.
Oh, duo lane though, subfloor gets hit by that Fear No Evil, and Divine is looking very aggressive onto subfloor, but there's no follow-up. The taunt was still on cooldown. Subfloor getting away. Just under half health there, Husey.
As I said prior to the game, what is this Hunbatsu setting up for?
Yeah,
Topalomba's not going to be doing any damage in that situation. iDivine need to be doing some damage there. The Red Pot online, not the most damage at this stage of the game. Maybe if Gruff or Slicer is there, maybe be able to find a kill. But he put out some pressure. The ultimate's going to be back up in a minute, so not too much of a loss for him there, but still just showing his presence.
Sporks is going to have his ultimate up in about 10 seconds as well. So again, Tainted need to be looking at their map awareness and calling if there's any missings as well, making sure that Sporks and Ochita are both spotted in the map. Otherwise, they need to be very safe in lane because they don't want to be giving up second blood again.
Slicey here, 1300 gold in hand, should be looking off to either finish off this helmet or going into some boots, depending on whether he wants more mobility or some protections early. Slicey traditionally has gone boots first over other items. Even if he's looking to go for a Doom Mob Star, he'll still go for the boots first just to give him extra added mobility and the penetration that you get off of boots. Given though that finishing off the helmet does give you penetration, power, and protections as well, he might look to go for that.
Yeah, I'd imagine that he would be finishing off that Imperial helmet before he finishes the boots. Another interesting thing here that I'm trying to have a look at, Swayer and Tomolomo both playing the supports there. However, Swayer's gone for the meditation instead, and Tomolomo's gone for the curse. What are your thoughts on the two different the variations in actives here?
Well, the curse is obviously it's a slow healing that comes out of subfloor. Tomolomo actually getting caught here in the mid lane by the Neath ult.
Ochita using that ultimate. Fear No Evil comes down as well. Does get hit. Crashing down from the skies is Sporks, and now they're turning their aggression onto Divine as he is immediately retreating because he doesn't want to give up his third death.
Team Pandamonium now 2-0 in the lead. Looking pretty strong so far. Looks like this transition isn't going badly for him at all. Sporks rotating pretty well. So the curse is for the healers that come out of subfloor, but more importantly, it's a slow for his team to be able to catch up and deal some damage. Since a lot of the damage is in-hand damage, they're going to be slowed by the penalty you get from that unless you build something like a Fatalis. So that's the reason for that. The meditation from Swayer, just medbaiting, giving his team some extra health when it looks like Tainted Minds might be picking up a kill. Especially since Tainted Minds, they're not a whole lot of burst damage or a lot of sustained damage over time. You can do that medbait. If it's a lot of burst damage, it's hard to get that medbait off because either you do it too early or you do it too late. But against a team comp that Tainted Minds have, it works very well.
Now 6 minutes into this game, both the supports and the junglers and mids are lurking around this gold hero area. Tainted Minds looking fairly aggressive here. Sporks teleports straight out of there with that hammer. Not looking to be caught out by Tainted Minds at all. They have a lot of ward coverage as well here, but Divine just trying to scout around, see if he can find anyone that he can pick off.
Divine, though, cops a double tap from Sporks. Gets a Spirit Arrow as well. Sun's come down from Gruff to protect his jungler. And honestly, he'll be able to walk away from that one. Pretty big win there for Pandas. They didn't burn too much and they got an ultimate off the side of Tainted Minds.
And beads. Divine used beads to escape that the Spirit Arrow from subfloor.
Which is huge. That's probably bigger, honestly, than the Sunbreaker ultimate.
It's huge, yeah. And still, no ultimates were even used on Pandamonium. They used, as you said, they burned nothing at all. And that's a lot of stuff down on Tainted Minds. So, again, they're going to have to play even more passive and maybe look out to lose some even more farmers. Mid-camps are coming up now for Pandamonium. They're going to be able to secure these, no doubt.
Yeah, as I suspected, Slicey here went into the shoes of the Magi first. He just prioritizes that mobility, allow himself to get in and deal damage where he needs to, especially as Soul. She's a lot of in-hand damage and also looking to
Thor's coming up, though.
Stellar Burst. Sporks up. He's not going to be able to find anything. They're too far away. He just goes on to a speed buff, yeah. They were too far away. He saw them rotating towards that left-hand side mid-camp. They've got a ward just to the left here of the mid lane. Knew he wasn't going to be able to get anything. The call came in. He respected the call. You know, not the best one.
Yeah, true. I mean, it isn't that much wasted, though. I mean, Sporks is going to be up in another 70 seconds, and still, there isn't really much that either team will be contesting for at the moment. Divine still has his beads down for another 70 seconds, so that'll be up around the time Sporks has that Anvil of Dawn. But still, pretty passive game after those first 2 kills here, Husey. Not much is going on. No Gold Fury contestion whatsoever.
We haven't even seen the solo laners rotate. We saw that pretty early last game. Take a look at this. Honestly, our hero is not faring too badly against Roe. He's only about 100 gold behind, no item disparity, experience is relatively the same as well. He's getting bullied by the Sun Wukong, which you expect given a Bluestone Cudgel. Sun Wukong is just going to bully you in lane. And with a Vimana, he can get off a lot of his poke from a distance, but he's still going to have to expose himself at some points, which is where Ro's looking to do his damage, but Elkira's playing it pretty well at this point. Sporks is rotating over here. He could look for a gank. His ultimate is offline for the next 20 seconds, so he's just going to clear out those 5 minions instead. Gold Fury, though, started up by Pandamonium.
Can they do it, though? That's the question. Ro's teleported in. Full health, 4 members here. And they're going to be easily able to get that Pandemonium, get the first gold hero of the game. But Slayer might actually fall down here in just a second. Gruff is chasing him down with that bird bomb. But still, no kills. And Pandemonium get out with a free gold fury.
Yeah, Sublord backflipping away from some damage there. Free. Absolutely free. They lose boars, but free, pretty much. Vision was around the gold fury, but not in the pit from the side of Tainted Minds. They didn't know what was going on. Pandemonium took a very good path to get in there as well, around the top of their red buff so that they avoided the ward. Subfloor taking a lot of damage here, uses his purification. Backflips there is Sporks. Gruff, though, manages to pick up the kill there. Is the curse coming out from Tomolomu? Great wall from Sporks. Traps them all under the tower. Swayer picks a kill. Ro picks up a kill, and I think Sporks got himself one there as well. That was beautiful play there from Sporks.
You couldn't have asked for a more perfect wall from Sporks there, blocking off, as you said, all of the members under the tower, taking those shots. And it's not working out, as you said, in picks events. The Idivine picking the Humbutts, the ult, isn't working for them at all, QZ, but still, Sporks, that was a perfectly timed wall there.
That was great. He did what next level 4 players need to do. Don't look to stun with the wall. Instead, look to use it for what it is. It's a more powerful structure obstacle than it is a stun, and he did it perfectly there in front of 3 members, all of them relatively low health after diving the tower when they probably shouldn't have. And now look at this, Pandemonium invading the speed buff, taking it away from Idivine, the carry, the recognized carry of Tainted Minds. Neath ultimate as well coming through.
Oh,
just to prevent him from doing it. And double tap, destroyed.
Oh my gosh, the double tap, World Weaver, he had no chance. He took way too much poke from Ro. He really should have just got out of there. He knew that his speed buff, he couldn't contest it into 3 members of Pandemonium. Took the World Weaver and took the double tap, and now Okaro might be in a bit of trouble as he's forced to pop that big baby form, and they steal away the blue buff as well.
So, again, this is what Team Pandemonium does. This is what they learned from playing at the SMITE World Championships, is this very aggressive style, invading your enemies' camps, taking it away from them. Not only building your lead, but restricting anything that the opposing team can have. And it's really a next-level kind of gameplay to what you see from lower-level teams, which are more primarily concerned with the obvious things, you know, taking towers, phoenixes, getting your buffs, gold fuse, fire giants and stuff. This is kind of the mindset. It's like, not only am I going to get things, but I'm going to deny you from getting things as well. And honestly, like, other OCE teams are learning that, Tainted Minds as well. When they were beating Pandemonium at the LAN finals, they were playing that style of gameplay as well. But at the moment, though, Pandemonium's just built up such a lead, 4,500 experience, 3,800 gold, that Tainted Minds isn't able to do that.
Yeah, as you said, the graphs, it's fairly in favor of Pandemonium. That's just because they've been denying. As you said, if you have a look at the item differences as well, I mean, Raijin, Ochita's finished off his Book of Thoth. He's building the stacks on that. Slicey's finished off his helmet now, so he has that extra bit of pen. But still, it's the gold difference is, it's insane. The items already have been finished. Swayer, he has the sovereignty already. Whereas Tomolomu, Gruff might be in a bit of trouble here as he's taken down extremely low, and the Defender of Olympus comes down. Suns as well. Ochita gets the kill with the ultimate, and now a full-on retreat for Divine as he gets cleaned up by that Spirit Arrow.
This one is going very heavily in the favor of Team Pandemonium. A bit of a steamroll at this point. Let's take a look at player damage. Take a look at that graph quickly. You can see Ro on top, followed by Ochita, followed by Subfloor, followed by Sporks, followed by Subfloor. 4 members of Team Pandemonium, everyone except for Swayer, ahead of everyone else on Tainted Minds. And again, it comes back down to this team composition. It's just not working out for Tainted Minds.
I'm really surprised to see Slicey that far down. I mean, even Akefri's done more damage than him. 1.3k for Swayer, whereas Slicey on that Soul really be hitting those the Stellar Bursts at long range, just doing a lot of damage in poke in the mid lane, or just as they're invading. Look at them. How aggressive are Panda playing right now? Invading every single buff, but in the mid lane, oh, unfortunately, Sporks misses that ultimate.
Pandamonium taking a lot of damage here, falls down to Sporks. Tap comes through from Gruff. Sporks, medbait there from Swaya. Gruff, though, manages to pick up a kill in return. Ochita picks up Idivine. Alkira's in the backline looking to fight all of Team Pandemonium, but not going to be able to do so successfully. Gruff looks for a ricochet, not going to find it. Red buff being invaded again by Team Pandemonium, and they pick it up. With Slicey doing so little damage, it's not like he's been terribly heavily involved in the team fights. He's mainly been farming. When he gets to the team fight, he's just been throwing out in-hands. He hasn't managed to land this stellar burst into a lot of people. Athena taunt into that, but even then, it's not a whole lot of damage. Like, relatively speaking, compared to something like a Kraken.
And even if the taunt does land from Pandamonium, if Idivine uses that ultimate, I can't even think of the word. It just spreads the entire team, so the Stellar Burst has an even higher chance of missing. Still, Gold Fury has respawned now. Panda should be looking to go for that as their next objective, as they shouldn't really be picking up this blue or speed buff that they invaded last time. That'll be going towards Tainted.
Idivine picks up the speed buff here after missing out on it last time. He is fairly behind Sporks here, 2,200 gold. In fact, if we look at our graphs, 6,500 experience difference, 4,700 gold difference. So half the gold difference is between the two junglers. The experience difference as well, 3 levels, the difference between Divine and Sporks. Good double tap and burst damage there from the Raijin onto Idivine. And now Tainted done full retreat. There's a stellar burst from Slicey. Look how much of that he just put himself onto the top of Tainted damage charts with that one ability. Hit. Yeah.
Oh, unfortunately, Sporks missing another ult, but Gruff use that Sanctuary just in case there was a follow-up from the rest of Panda. Now, Swaya doing a good job at zoning. Tomolomo just clearing the wards, and now the Gold Fury bait could potentially begin. Still has spawned up, but I think they could have gone for Gold Fury there.
It's a possibility, but they just didn't want to risk it. You know, just
have the lead, play safe.
Yep. Exactly. It's not worth it to throw. While I said Idivine's ultimate doesn't synergize well with the team, what it does do is that it's very good for objectives. You can push everyone away from that objective, and you can secure that maybe with a Hoagie double tap or a Stellar Burst coming out of Slicey if you play it very effectively against Team Pandemonium. So they don't want to risk it. I think the only time you'll probably see Pandemonium look for the Gold Fury other than very obvious situations is if Idivine is out of the fight.
And now Ochita using that ultimate in the left lane onto Gruff. Look at that damage coming down. One more basic should do it. Ochita gets the kill to Gruff as Gold Fury has now been started by the rest of Panda. And in the back line, Okara gets pulled by Swaya.
Sporks there teleports through Elkiro, but Idivine's there, uses ultimate. Good purification for Sporks, and the revive is on him now. Sporks, they need to time this well, but he manages to take some damage and get revived. Rogue picks up Idivine. Tomolomo takes a lot of damage. Subfloor and Ochita and falls down. 3-0 is the trade in favor of Pandemonium. Good stun there from Sporks. 2 men. Elkiro should fall down. He does to Ochita. Slicey, the only man alive, full health, relatively full mana. He can possibly contest this Gold Fury, but playing it very safely. There's a ward in the way as well. Pandemonium feel very comfortable taking this objective.
Can easily take that one down while Rogue pushes down that left lane. Should be able to get this tier 1. That should be the next call. Oh no, Slicey is there to defend that to his best objective, but he needs to be careful because he has Swaya and Subfloor again invading the jungle, denying the farm from Tainted to come back into this game, denying all farm whatsoever as he gets pulled.
11,000 experience, 7,400 the gold difference in favor of Team Pandemonium. This is what we saw out of Game 1 of the LAN. Pandemonium pretty much stomped them there. After that, though, Tainted Minds showed remarkable ability to come back. What I think Tainted Minds need to do in this one is just play out the game. Don't get too worked up about it. Realize that you're not going to win this one. It's not going to go too great. Just focus on getting into the next game. But you know what? You need to keep playing, though, because we've seen comebacks happen before. Just play it out. Don't get too frustrated, though. You need to focus that this is a 2-game split, and more importantly, it's a 10-game season as well. This split, you got to focus on the long run as well. So don't get too frustrated here. Don't give up. Play it out, but remember there is another game to come.
Yeah, exactly right. Alrighty. I actually really like the itemization here for Pandemonium. Look at the anti-healing already. Rogue has gone into the Pestilence, is going to give him that extra bit of magical protection as well as that anti-healing. As well as Sporks, he's gone into the Brawlers. What are your thoughts on getting this anti-healing? It's obviously mainly focused towards Elkari in that big baby form.
I think it's really good, mainly because the Brawlers provides you a lot of penetration. Getting dived here under the tier 1 tower. Manages Purification out, and the Athena ultimate helps him out as well. Idivine's rotating in. They might look for an engagement off the back of this, but honestly, Pandemonium's full health here. Probably not going to go the way Tainted Minds want. But the brawlers I really like, extra power, extra penetration. You can see Spork's not going any defense items here. He's just looking to deal damage. The Pestilence is really good. It gives you a lot of health and magical protection. Spork's actually there, used his ultimate to get back into mid lane, and they're looking to engage here. Ro hits Slicey with the Jingu Bang. Idivine hits his back camps here. Probably should just run away. Pandemonium heading back towards the mid lane. But yeah, Pestilence gives you a lot of protections, gives you a lot of health, a cheaper... If you just don't quite have the money for Bulwark, Pestilence is effective, especially if they've got some healing. So I really like their itemization.
Yeah, agreed. I'm just trying to think. The next objective's got to be this tier 2. There's a big grouping here for Panda. They should easily be able to take this, but the question is, should Tainted defend at the tier 1 or the tier 2? They're looking to go here. Tomolomu double taunt onto Ochita. No. The Suns come right down. Tomolomu gets taken really, really low there. The Fear No Evil goes down. Ochita gets a double kill onto Idivine, and they're looking to go onto Slicey and this tier 1 tower. Pandemonium under the tier 1.
You were asking the question just before, should they defend the tier 1 or the tier 2? They were all there, ready to defend the tier 1. They could have done it. They weren't, though.
They weren't. They were spread.
Exactly, and they were trickling back into the tower. Back up, defend the tier 2, otherwise it's going to cost you, as it did there. And now they're going to get both towers.
No doubt. They won't be able to get the Phoenix, but they could potentially go for a fire, as Divine and Tomo are right down. But they probably just going to do the safe bet. Panda should be able to just clear out whatever's left of their jungle back, spend all the gold that they have in hand, finish off those crucial items, and look at that. Ochita able to back and get a full Obsidian Shard.
Ochita 7-0-5, Ro 2-0-9, Swayer 1-0-10. Just very few casualties on the side of Team Pandemonium. And look, everyone on that team other than Ochita has got a huge amount of assists, and Ochita doesn't have a huge amount of assists because he's been the one getting the kills.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, this is Pandemonium's playstyle. It's always been their playstyle. Get Ochita ahead. Like, that's what Ro used to do, was set up for Ochita. It's what Sporks is doing now. Ochita, just a fantastic player. And on this Raijin as well, you know, it's a pretty safe god to play now as well, and just puts out damage like nothing else. The Thunder Crash, since it can't be disrupted anymore, has made him safer, but most people use it very aggressively now. So it's not really considered too much of an escape, but you know, the Taiko drums combined with the Raiju just does so much damage.
Ro has gone into Transcendence 21 minutes into this game on a Sun Wukong. What are your thoughts on building a stacking item that late, especially Transcendence?
Well, it's not too bad because the stacks don't matter that much on Transcendence. It's more about the passive. Sure. He's already got a lot of mana coming out of the Breastplate of Valor as well, so he's already getting a bonus amount of power from the Transcendence. The MP5 is good for him as well. Regenerates some of that mana a bit quicker, although that's not the most important stat on it. I mean, I don't mind it. If it was, you know, something like... it's the same with Book of Thoth. You can build that later to it because the pass is more important than the stacks on it. Something like a Warlock Sash, obviously you can't build it on a Sun Wukong, but that's the kind of stacking item you don't want to build late. Gold Fury startup by Team Pandemonium, under 50% HP, no contestation at all from Tainted Minds. They're going to take this one for free.
And Divine, oh no, Ro doing a good job of just zoning out Divine and Slicey over here in the mid lane. Tier 1 or Tier 2 in the mid lane still up at this point. They could be looking to go for this one, but again, they need to defend fully grouped at a Phoenix or just not even defend this tier 2 at all. They have about 3 members, and Elkara is looking in the backline to come in here. They have the whole team here. Stellar Burst hits Swayer, doing a bit of damage here, but who's going to engage? It's going to be the double taunt onto Ochita and Subfloor, as the rest of the team, there's no follow-up after that.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Again, it's just what I said. They taunted 3 members, but there's no follow-up. But now Swayer, aggressed upon, doesn't even get a chance to use his ultimate here as he falls down. So thus far, a decent engagement from Tainted Minds, but they're all relatively low health compared to Team Pandemonium. 4v5 situation, however, they can wait this one out. Ochita, though, gets up.
Sporks is going up.
Yeah, this is going to be an engagement.
They should be looking to come down here, maybe onto Slice, who's lurking around the corner here as the tower almost falls down. It goes right back onto Idivine in the jungle as the Suns come down in that mid lane.
That was so smart.
Divine might actually fall down here in a second. The ultimate comes down onto Divine. Tomolomu is also hit by that World Weaver. Ro has come into the fight, almost able to... The Spirit Arrow as well hits Slicey, taken down to half health. Double kill for Sporks. Now Okara is forced to use Clear the Path to get away from the rest of Pandemonium. He might be in trouble with the slow, though.
Yeah, Rowe and Ochita chasing him. Thunder Crash and a spin to win from Sporks, enough to pick him up. Slicey, the only member left alive. That was a super smart engagement there from Sporks. He went on to iDivine to stop him jumping over the wall and using the Fino Evil to clear his teammates out of the tower, and thus Team Pandamonium able to take the tower. Now they're able to take this middle Phoenix.
And they can either back here spend their gold. Sway has now respawned. Are they looking to go for fire here? Maybe? No, they're just stealing away the jungle. Speed buff's coming up in just a second.
They could look for fire here because Gruff's down for another little bit. Same with El Kiro. With iDivine and Slicey back up, however, it would be a very risky idea. What they should do, as you said, take away the jungle here.
Yep.
Maybe they can look for a fight as well, get something from it, but at the moment just disengage, back by, have even more of an advantage for the next fight, and then their fire giant maybe even look to end, depending on how the fight goes and where it is.
Having a look at a grass as well, 18, almost 19,000 experience still in favor of Pandamonium, almost 15 or 14,500 gold, just denying getting more farm, denying Tainted the farm. It's been like that throughout the entire game now. And just look, pretty much everyone, Rose level 20, Ochita's level 20, Subfloor and Sporks are almost going to hit that in just a second, but still, Divine only level 15 as well, Gruff only level 17. It's just a sheer level advantage.
Sporks, the only protection he's got online is this Void Shield. Only physical protection from that, but he's just got so much damage online at the moment. We've seen it really reflected. And, you know, traditionally Thor transitioning to more of a warrior type, and especially with their team composition, he's the one that's looking to be engaging in these fights. But honestly, the safety provided from the rest of his team comp, you know, you've got the Kepri revive, you can get some fears and taunts as well from Ochita's ultimate. It's just enabled him to be more of a damage assassin, really, than the traditional kind of pure setup you see from late game Thors.
Rowe doing a good job at zoning out Slicey here in the left lane, while the rest of Panda looking around this fire giant area. Subfloor just baiting it at this point. Sway doing a good job at zoning. And look at Rowe just making sure that somebody is forced to come as he teleports right back into this fight. Tomalomo taken down extremely low, gets hit by the Spirit Arrow and the wall blocks him off. Rowe gets the kill onto Tomalomo. And now it's a 4v5 in favor of Panda as they're looking to start up this fire giant.
The wall also deflected Ricochet away from the team. Sporks is up in the air, comes crashing down onto Gruff. Ochita uses the ultimate, but a great sanctuary from Gruff saves him just for now, but Subfloor gets the kill with the World Weaver. Double kill for him. El Kiro and iDivine, the only two left alive, both have their ultimates available. They can look to contest this fire giant, which is sitting at about 50% HP, under 50% HP now. iDivine looking to come in. There is the Fino Evil.
Too early.
Walls him off. El Kiro as well. Look at this. Pandemonium keeping aggression onto the fire giant, so they keep it alive. Ochita picks up iDivine, and now the fire giant falls away of Team Pandemonium. 24-3 reads the score. They're all going to back. They're all going to charge down the left lane. They're going to take the Phoenix, and then they're probably going to win.
All 5 members have that fire giant buff, and as you said, they should be looking to close out this game after taking that remaining tier 2 tower in the left lane. They've just finished off a lot of their crucial items. Ochita has now a fully finished Rodder Tahuti, and Sporks is, again, he's gone into another anti-healing. He's got that Pestilence, even though Rowe has that already, and he already has the Brawlers. That's a lot of anti-healing focused towards El Kiro.
More importantly as well, it's just
protections.
It's protections and health for him.
Yep.
He didn't have health before this, and he didn't have magic protections either. Now he's got a bit of both, at the same time still retaining a lot of his damage, and basically getting the effects of what you would get, basically get a cheapened down version of Heart of the Urchin without having to build up the stacks.
Pandemonium take themselves the 4th Gold Fury of the game, and now they're looking to clear out this left lane tier 2 after they pick up that red buff. And it's not looking good for Tainted at all. They really can't defend at this tower. It's going to fall down in a second, but look at the El Kiro and Divine are pushing up right. They really should be. They're not going to back in time to be able to have a full 5-man team to defend this Phoenix, and it's going to fall down with the help of that fire giant and the damage. That's a 2-man taunt. The Suns come down onto Sporks and Ochita, and that's a lot of damage from the Ricochet. Fino Evil comes down onto Sporks and Swayer, but still only half health. The rest of the team,
not enough.
Oh, it's not even enough with the fire giant heals backing them up as well. El Kiro only just backed.
Left-hand side, Phoenix falls down. Ochita, they use his ultimate. Subfloor picks up Tomalomu. Middle Phoenix. Pandemonium's not even going to really have to look at this one. The minions will do it all for him. They're looking to pick up Slicey here. Slicey just running away. Gruff takes a lot of damage there from Sporks. Ricochets off of Sporks' wall and finds nothing. Divine into the base. Titan is under attack. We can see it sitting at about 75% HP. Subfloor takes some damage there from Slicey as the Titan continually being focused here by Pandamonium. It's actually reset back up to about 80% HP, but fire minions are coming into the base, and this looks like it's going to be curtains for Tainted Minds.
Supernova comes down and Sports uses that Sanctuary to get away. Cheetah gets a kill onto Gruff. El Cairo using that big baby form, but the Titan falls down. The defense is not enough for Tainted Minds, and Pandemonium take game number 1. Remember, guys, there is still another game after this. Tainted could potentially come back, but boy, Panda denying all farm, securing their own farm. It's just a stomp, really.
Very well played from Pandemonium. Bad team composition straight up there from Tainted Minds. Need to regroup, consider their options, pick something that has got a little bit more synergy next game. They have the ability to do that. These guys are all pro players. They've been playing the game at a high level for a long time. They know what they need to do. They showed that they could do it at LAN, and yeah, it'll be fine. They just need to come back next game, pick some better things, and go for it.
It's all
fresh
about
game, fresh game. So we're going to take a break here, guys, just between the getting set up for the next game. Don't go anywhere. We'll only be about 5 minutes or so, and yeah, we'll see you soon.